Hi everyone. I am. I took a walk. I came over to Hartman Reserve. It's beautiful out today. It's about 5:30 now. I think I came out about an hour and a half ago. Um, if you can get outside in this next week and a half that we have left of this shutdown, I suggest it. Just getting outside, walking around your neighborhood. You don't have to go anywhere. Uh, just breathe some fresh air. We can still be self quarantine, self isolated, social distancing, but just to see some people out and about walking around, it's been nice, right? It's been really nice. So it's been nice yesterday. It was nice today. I think it'll be nice the next week and a half. So try to embrace that. I wanted to chat with you for a second and pose a question as always. I'm not going to babble on too much and too long here, but I thought, what better time than now to look at the events that are happening at the global scale, right? And look at it from a historical perspective, right? What's going to be talked about 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now about this event that we're living through right now? You're living through a monumental historical event that may be impacting your life, maybe not. In 20, 30 years from now, your kids will be in high school and they'll probably be writing a paper about this, or middle school, and they're probably going to ask you, what was it like? What were you doing? Some of us can say, nothing. I just watched Netflix and chilled, and a couple weeks later I went back to work, went back to school, and everything was fine. Some of us, hey, I lost my job, or my hours went up because I work in a grocery store or a hardware store, and all of a sudden everybody's freaking out buying massive amounts of toilet paper. So my question really was more about what's your role in this, and thinking in a historical perspective. What is going to come out of this 10, 20, 30 years from now? How are we going to look at this event? How do we handle it? What happened because of it on the global scale? Just nationally, just in America? How about Iowa? How about just Waterloo? I usually try to think of things in the historical perspective, and I couldn't not think about Henry David Thoreau, who wrote Walden. And trust me, I won't bore you with all of this. I'm sure you're rolling your eyes right now after I said this. But as a history major, Henry David Thoreau is pretty monumental for us. But just as a person in general that enjoys history or reading, Thoreau's work is pretty important. And he wrote a book called Walden. He wrote it in the 1850s. During that time period, America was going through crazy changes. Like I said, I'm not going to give you a long lecture, but basically, everybody went from a self-sustaining farm life to all of a sudden the hustle and bustle of life. Working, consuming, something that has kind of stopped right now for a lot of us. We might still be working, but we're not necessarily consuming, not near what we were doing, a few weeks ago. And so Thoreau wrote this book called Walden. He basically stepped away, lived in a cabin for a few years, wrote a book about it. And he basically was trying to say, like, listen, we can get lost in this distractions of life, this hustle and bustle of life, this 9 to 5, right? We wake up, we eat breakfast, we go to work, we get home, we put the kids to bed, we go to bed, we get up, we go to work, right? This kind of hustle and bustle of life, we can get lost in it. Well, what better time than now to kind of look and go, maybe I can embrace this calm for a second. At least here, right, we don't feel as impacted, I don't think, to the scale that some areas are in the world, right? So that's it, really. That's the question. The question is just, what is your role in this? What are you doing? Anything? Has it affected you? If it hasn't affected you, why not? Why don't you think it's affected you? As always, leave your comments in Google Classroom. Let's just chat about it. Let's just chat about what's going on. Stay safe and sane out there, guys, and we'll see you soon.